Have you ever met someone new, shaken their hand, and then forgotten their name 5 seconds later? It's awkward, right? Well, learning new English words can feel the same way. You see a word, maybe even use it once, and then, poof, it's gone from your brain forever. But what if I told you there's a way to make words stick? Dr. Seuss once said, "The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go." And he was absolutely right. The more words you know, the more confident and free you'll feel when speaking English. Imagine traveling to a new country and easily ordering food, making friends, or even telling a joke in English. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the problem. Memorizing words is boring. You don't want to sit with a long list of words, repeating them over and over like a robot. And guess what? Your brain doesn't like that either. If a word is boring, your brain throws it away. So how do we fix that? Simple. We make words fun, interesting, and useful. In this video, I'm going to show you some powerful tricks to remember words forever. You'll learn how to use stories, games, and even your imagination to make learning easy. And the best part? You won't be learning alone. I'll be asking you fun questions throughout the video. When you answer, your brain will work harder and you'll remember better. So, stay with me. Think about your answers, and let's start learning together. Are you ready? Let's go. Chapter 1. Make words fun and useful. Have you ever tried to learn a new word, but no matter how many times you repeated it, you kept forgetting it? That happens because your brain doesn't hold on to boring things. But if a word makes you laugh, excites you, or connects to something important in your life, your brain grabs it and keeps it. Think about this. If I tell you the word banana, you might forget it in a few minutes. But what if I say, imagine a monkey eating a big, yellow banana. He takes a bite and smiles. It must be delicious. Now, you have a picture in your mind. That picture helps you remember the word banana. The same thing happens with words that are useful to you. If you love baking, you might never forget the word flour because you use it in your kitchen all the time. If you are crazy about music, words like melody and lyrics will stick in your mind without effort. When words are part of your world, they become easier to remember. Now, let's make learning words fun. Think about a new word you learned recently. Was it easy to remember, or did it disappear from your mind? What could you do to make it more interesting? Maybe you can draw a funny picture, use it in a silly sentence, or connect it to your favorite hobby. Here's a little challenge. Pick a word and create a short, funny story with it. For example, if your word is elephant, imagine an elephant riding a bicycle through a busy city. People stop and stare. The elephant rings a tiny bell and says, "Excuse me." Can you picture it? The more you play with words, the more they will stay in your memory. Dr. Seuss, a famous writer, once said, "The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go." That means words are like little keys that open doors to new adventures. The more words you know, the more you can understand, and the more fun you can have in life. Now, let's answer some fun questions. Why do we remember interesting words better? That's right, because our brains like things that catch our attention or make us feel something. If you love painting, which word might be easy for you to remember? Yes, maybe color, canvas, or brush? Can you think of a silly way to remember the word giraffe? Maybe imagine a giraffe wearing a hat and dancing in a park. Try to find fun in every word you learn. Make it part of your world, and it will stay with you forever. Chapter 2. See words in your mind. Have you ever tried to remember a word, but it just wouldn't stay in your head? Don't worry. There is a simple trick that can help you. Your brain loves pictures. It remembers images much better than plain words. That means if you turn words into pictures in your mind, you can remember them more easily. This trick is called visualization, making a picture in your head. Let's try it together. Close your eyes and think of the word apple. What do you see? Maybe a big, shiny, red apple sitting on a table. Now, imagine picking it up. You take a bite, crunch. The juice is sweet and fresh. Can you feel the taste in your mouth? The sound? The feeling? The more details you add, the easier it will be to remember the word. Now, let's try another word. Mountain. Close your eyes again. What do you see? Maybe a tall mountain covered in white snow. Maybe you are standing at the bottom, looking up at the peak high in the sky. Can you feel the cold wind on your face? Can you see the bright blue sky above? By adding feelings, sounds, and even smells, you make the words stick in your brain. Visualization is like taking a photo in your mind. The clearer the photo, the stronger the memory. Try this with any new word you learn. If the word is ocean, picture yourself walking on a sandy beach, listening to the waves crash. If the word is dog, imagine a fluffy puppy running toward you, wagging its tail. What color is it? Is it big or small? Is it barking or jumping? Here's a little challenge for you. Pick a word, any word you like, and close your eyes. Imagine it in your mind. Make it colorful. Make it real. Now try to describe it. If you can see it clearly, you will remember it for a long time. A wise Chinese proverb says, "To learn a language is to have one more window from which to look at the world." That means every new word you learn gives you a new way to see and understand the world around you. Now let's answer some fun questions. What is visualization? That's right. It means making a picture in your mind. What picture can you imagine for apple? Yes, a red, juicy fruit. Maybe you are eating it and hearing the crunch. Why does visualization help you remember words? Exactly, because your brain remembers pictures better than words. Try using this trick every day. Make words come alive in your mind, and soon you'll have a big, colorful world of English inside your head. Chapter 3. Link words together. Have you ever learned a new word, but then, a few days later, it disappeared from your mind? That can be frustrating. But don't worry. There's a simple way to make words stick in your memory. The secret is connecting words to other words you already know. Think about your brain like a garden. If you plant just one word, it might not grow very well. But if you connect it to many other words, it becomes part of a big, strong tree. This is called a word tree. Each new word is like a branch. The more branches you have, the easier it is to remember new words. Let's try an example. Think about the word beauty. Now let's add some branches. If you add full, you get beautiful, something full of beauty. If you add fy, you get beautify, to make something more beautiful. See, one small word can grow into many. Now, let's try another one. The word act is a short, simple word. But look what happens when we add different endings. Act. What an actor does on stage. Action. Something that is happening. Active. A person who moves a lot. Activity. Something fun or interesting to do. Wow. One small word just became a whole family. This is called a word family. Word families help you learn faster because your brain loves patterns. When one word connects to many, they all become easier to remember. You can also learn by finding opposites. Let's try the word happy. What happens when we add undash to the beginning? That's right. We get unhappy, which means not happy. It's the opposite. Many words have prefixes, small parts added to the beginning, and suffixes, small parts added to the end, that change their meaning. Let's test this. If kind means nice, what does unkind mean? Yes, it means not nice. If help is a verb, what does helpful mean? That's right. It means full of help. Here's a little challenge for you. Pick a word and see how many new words you can grow from it. Can you find a word family? Can you make an opposite? Can you add a prefix or suffix? Try it and watch your word tree grow. There's a saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. The same is true for learning words. The more words you plant and connect, the bigger and stronger your English will be. Now, let's answer some fun questions. What is a word family? That's right. Words that come from the same root, like beauty, beautiful, beautify. What happens when you add undash to happy? Yes, it becomes unhappy, which means not happy. Why is connecting words helpful? Exactly. Because your brain remembers words better when they are like branches on a tree. Keep growing your word tree every day, and soon your English will be strong and full of life. Chapter 4. Practice words every day. Have you ever learned a new word, felt proud of yourself, and then, the next day, it was gone? Poof, disappeared from your brain. That's because just seeing a word once isn't enough. If you want words to stay in your memory, you have to use them every day. Think of learning words like learning to ride a bike. The first time, it feels tricky. You wobble. You might even fall. But if you practice every day, soon you can ride without thinking. It's the same with words. If you practice using them, they become part of your brain forever. But how can you practice new words? Don't worry, it's easy. You don't need a teacher or a big test. You just need small, simple ways to use words every day. One way is journaling. Every night, write a few sentences with new words. You don't need a long story, just something simple. If you learned the word excited, you could write, I am excited about my English progress. Another fun idea is the daily word challenge. Pick 3 new words every morning and try to use them in conversations, messages, or even in your thoughts. Let's say your words are delighted, delicious, and sunny. You might say, I'm delighted to eat this delicious sandwich on a sunny day. Look at that. You just used all three words in one sentence. Here's another fun trick. Talk to yourself. It may sound silly, but it works. As you walk around, describe what you're doing. If you're brushing your teeth, say, I am brushing my teeth with mini toothpaste. If you're making tea, say, I am waiting for my tea to get warm. The more you say words, the stronger they stick in your brain. Let's try it now. Imagine you just learned the word fantastic. What's one way you could use it today? Maybe you could say, this meal is fantastic, or I had a fantastic day at school. Can you think of another sentence? Remember, practice makes permanent. The more you see, hear, say, and write a word, the more it becomes yours. If you use words every day, soon, you won't even have to think. They will just come naturally. The famous writer Mark Twain once said, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. That means if you want to be great at English, don't wait. Start practicing today. Now let's answer some fun questions. What helps words stay in your memory? That's right, using them every day. What is one way to practice new words? Yes, journaling, talking to yourself, or doing a daily word challenge. What did Mark Twain say? Exactly. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. So don't wait. Pick a new word and start using it now. Your English will grow stronger every day. Chapter 5. Review words the smart way. Have you ever learned a new word, felt great about it, and then, a week later, it was completely gone from your mind? That's because your brain needs repetition to keep words in long-term memory. But here's the problem. Repeating words again and again can be boring. Who wants to sit and read the same list of words over and over? But don't worry. There's a smarter way to review words. It's called spaced repetition. Instead of trying to remember everything at once, you review words a little bit at a time over many days. For example, you learn a word today, review it in 3 days, then again in a week, then a little later. Each time, the word stays in your memory longer and longer. Think of it like watering a plant. If you pour all the water at once, the plant won't grow well. But if you water it a little bit every few days, it becomes strong and healthy. Your memory works the same way. But how can you make reviewing fun? Here are some cool ideas. Try using flashcards with pictures. If the word is elephant, draw a big elephant on one side and write the word on the other. Every time you see the picture, your brain remembers the word. Use apps like Anki or Quizlet that help you practice words in a fun way. These apps use spaced repetition automatically, so they remind you when it's time to review. Play word games like Scrabble, crossword puzzles, or word searches. You'll have fun while learning new words. If you play with friends, it's even better. One of the best ways to remember a word is to teach it to someone else. Try explaining a new word to a friend, a family member, or even your pet. If you can explain a word, it means you really understand it. Now let's try something fun. Imagine you just learned the word brilliant. How could you review it? Maybe you could draw a picture of a brilliant sun, use it in a game, or teach it to your friend. Can you think of another way? Remember, don't try to review everything at once. Your brain doesn't like big, heavy loads. It likes small steps over time. So take it easy and enjoy the process. A little review today, a little in a few days, and soon, English words will stick in your brain forever. Now, let's answer some fun questions. Why is repetition important? That's right, because it helps words stay in long-term memory. What is spaced repetition? Yes, it means reviewing a word today, then again in a few days, then later. What's one fun way to review words? Great answer. Flashcards, apps, or playing games. So don't wait. Pick one fun way to review your words today. Keep learning, keep practicing, and soon, your English will be brilliant. Chapter 6. Learn with stories and games. Have you ever noticed that you remember fun things more easily? You might forget a list of boring words, but you never forget your favorite movie, an exciting story, or a funny joke. That's because your brain loves fun. When you enjoy something, your brain holds on to it much longer. That's why learning with stories and games is such a great idea. Instead of just memorizing words, you can see them in action and have fun at the same time. Let's talk about stories first. When you read a simple story, you don't just learn words. You see how they are used. Imagine you read, "The boy was curious about the noise outside." Even if you don't know the word curious, you can guess it means wanting to know more because the boy is thinking about the noise. Now, if you hear the word curious again, you'll remember it. Now, let's make it fun. Here's a tiny story for you. Mia found a big, mysterious box in her garden. She was curious. She opened the box, and a little kitten jumped out. She was delighted. What do you think mysterious means? Yes, something unknown or secret. What about delighted? That's right. It means very happy. See, stories help you learn words without trying too hard. Now let's talk about games. Games are another fun way to learn new words. When you play a game, you don't feel like you're studying. You feel like you're having fun. Here are some great word games. Crossword puzzles. You solve little word riddles. Word searches. Find hidden words in a big square of letters. Scrabble. A game where you build words with letter tiles. Apps with quizzes. Fun apps like Quizlet or Duolingo make learning exciting. Let's try one now. I will give you a word, and you guess the meaning from the sentence. The baby panda was playful and ran around the zoo, jumping and rolling on the ground. What do you think playful means? That's right. It means likes to play and have fun. The famous inventor Leonardo da Vinci once said, "Learning never exhausts the mind." That means when learning is fun, it never makes you tired. So why not learn with stories and games? Now let's answer some fun questions. Why do stories help you learn words? That's right, because they show words in real sentences. Can you name one word game? Yes, crossword puzzles, word searches, or Scrabble. What did Leonardo da Vinci say? Exactly. Learning never exhausts the mind. So, pick a short story, play a word game, and have fun while learning English. The more fun you have, the faster you'll remember new words. Wow, you made it to the end of the video. That's incredible. That means you are serious about improving your English, and I want to congratulate you for taking this important step. Learning a language is like building a house. Every new word is a brick, and today you added some strong, powerful bricks to your English skills. Remember, learning English doesn't have to be difficult. When you make words fun, when you connect them to stories, pictures, and games, your brain loves to remember them. So, keep practicing, keep playing with words, and keep believing in yourself. You're doing better than you think. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a lesson. And guess what? Learning is even more fun when you do it with others. Join our Facebook group, Learn English with Stories 365, where you can practice, ask questions, and learn with people just like you. The link is in the description. And before you go, I have a little gift for you. I've put together a PDF file with the 1,000 most common English words to help you grow your vocabulary even faster. You can download it right now. Just check the link below. So don't stop now. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. You've got this. See you in the next video.